All right, I have 6 o'clock, so I'll call the meeting to order. And first thing I'm going to do is call the roll. So Rich Soleo, present, first selectman.
Mike Burr, present in person.
Beth Campbell, present in person.
Thank you. So could you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of February. Oops, I don't have those up. February 17, 2026. Do I have a motion to approve or amend the minutes of February 17th, 2026?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting, February 17, 2026, as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in
Negative.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is old business. I asked Jen, and I have some things to show. I asked Jen to join us, Mike, because I know you had some questions about the grand list, and I didn't have all the information to answer you the last time we discussed this. So let me turn it over to Jen to give us a quick overview, please.
So on the board is the grand list. It shows the changes in the real estate, personal property, motor vehicle. From the revaluation, the grand list went up 36.13%. For commercial. For residential, it's a percentage of 71% of the grand list, and for commercial, it's 9.8% of the grand list. I didn't know if you had any other questions.
I had a question on your first page, which has been corrected.
Yes, yep,
Yep,
thank you.
that's the only real question I had. So the rest of it is what it is, and Tracy had the right number plugged in for the budget anyways. So no. We'll see how it goes. It's always good to see it go up.
It sure is.
Beth Campbell, no questions.
Okay, thank you.
Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Next item, actually, is Dennis there?
No.
Negative.
No. Okay. So I will run through just a couple of updates for the board. The next item is municipal solid waste contracts. So I am working through right now producing an RFP that will go out, that will include collection, solid waste disposal, and then we will be plugging in Murphy Road as our recycler. I will also include a section in here that includes the responsibility of the collection party to have an alternative location for recycling. So I will hopefully have that for review by the end of this week. Any questions, comments?
No, but to Tracy, we show one person not joined. Is that somebody waiting to get in?
No, it's Rich.
Okay. Burr, no questions.
No questions.
Okay, the next item is the Elm Street project. So I had a meeting with Ty and Bond, who is working on the project. They revised and updated the designs, to ensure that there is no greenway. And we worked through a couple of questions. Bert was there, Glenn was there, and then someone had raised the information that Connecticut Water is going to redo the main that goes down Elm. So I subsequently put together the Connecticut Water group that's working on that, along with Ty and Bond, so they could make sure be laid out appropriately. So those two parties, we have a meeting this week to go through and talk about what Connecticut Water wants to do and make sure that it all fits in the tie and bond designs. So that's about where we are. I'll have probably, of course, more information at the next meeting. Any questions on that?
Or negative?
No.
Okay, the next item is the school feasibility study. So we met last week with DRA and the steering group or the working group, which consists of myself, Tracy, Nate, Roxy, and Francine, met with DRA. And we looked through a first draft of the final report. We, had some input and talked about some things we felt needed to be included. They went back and they are working on it now. I need to send them a follow-up and get them to commit to when we might see that again. That will go back to the working group for review, just to make sure we feel that it's complete and aligns to what the contract stipulates. And then that will be distributed to Board of Selectmen, Board of Ed, Board of Finance for review. And the next step is for the Board of Ed to take that information and look at the options in there and go ahead and overlay our educational goals onto those options, and make sure that each of the options that they are recommending or at least suggested support our educational goals. So those would be the next steps. I don't have firm timing on that, but hopefully by the next time we meet, I'll have some more firm timing. Any questions on that?
Burr, one comment. When it comes back to us this time, can you make sure Board of Ed has rendered an opinion or a decision on how they want to proceed? Because the last meeting was a little bit of a waste of time because they didn't get done what they needed to get done prior to bringing it to the three boards.
Yeah, I mean, my recommendation, yes, Mike, for sure. My recommendation is we don't have another 3-board meeting until the Board of Ed is willing to bring us their work output.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
But I will be distributing the final report for everyone's review in the interim. So, and if there are questions or, we want to talk to DRA about some of the things that are in the report, I'm thinking we can manage that somewhat offline. I'll be the point of contact to collect those questions and get them to DRA and then share them back with all the parties that I mentioned. I'm sorry, Beth, anything on that?
Nope.
Okay. So budget and capital plan. So Board of Ed met last Thursday, made an additional cut to their budget of $75,000, and then approved the Board of Ed budget. So there's another Board of Finance meeting on Tuesday. Tracy, is Board of Ed presenting?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Board of Ed will present some of that information to the Board of Finance on Tuesday. Then it's up to the Board of Finance to make a decision whether to move forward with it as it is and set up the public hearing on the budget or to make some additional changes to it. So in the interim, let me back up for 1 second. We did receive the OPM number. It was 2.64, so we had a little bit more to cut. I think the last time that the Board of Selectmen saw the budget, we still didn't have the OPM number. We had a placeholder in there that we were hoping was close, but it was a little bit lower than I think our placeholder number was. So we had to do a little bit of work to get there. On the town side, the work that we did was we took $20,000 out of the town hall repair and maintenance budget, and we looked, and the reason why we did that is because we do have a reserve in the capital plan now, so that some of those items I think we were thinking about will probably be able to be justified as, will fall into the category of capital. So we will take that out of the capital reserve. That was the only change on the town side. So the budget right now, the total budget is a total increase of 0.86%. And the and again, not approved by the Board of Finance yet. But that comes in at 0.95 mils. So that's where we are at the moment. No changes to the capital plan that we discussed last time. That's been approved by the capital budget. That still comes in at $496,512. So that's where we are in the budget and the capital plan. Any questions?
Yeah, Burr, 0.95 mils based on the current grant
Based on
list?
thank you for saying that. Yes, based on this fiscal year's mill rate value.
This fiscal year that we're in, but not the
That
fiscal
we're in.
year
That
we're
we're in,
budgeting for.
correct. The one that
So
we
really,
are,
so we
Yes.
really don't know. I mean, what's the dollar amount you're talking about? The 0.86? I could do the math, but I'm lazy.
so the total dollar increase, Tracy, I'm taking it off the historical tab, is $554,036.
Yes.
That's across the board total?
Yes.
Wow, that's a good number. Okay, nothing else. Thanks.
Mike, I think it's still relevant to use that the current mill rate as a barometer because of our historically, we've tried to target between half a mil and a mil.
Yeah.
And I think here we are in the middle of March at less than a mil. We're not usually at this point in the process this low.
No.
So I think we're
It's
in really
still,
good shape.
still a good dollar number.
Yep.
No questions.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is discussion approval of the town hall evacuation plan.
I make a motion to table that till the next regular meeting.
Second.
Any discussion?
Negative.
All those, just real quick on the discussion side, there's some changes coming that need to be incorporated. We're not ready to finalize that. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item is the transfer station hours and updates.
Dennis is here now.
Dennis is here. Okay,
Um,
scoot him up to a microphone.
Oh, Chair?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I was gonna make copies, but I can just, can you hear me, Rich?
Yes,
So, I'll just read it off here. Just an update on
hey,
the transfer station.
stand by, Richard. Am I missing it? I don't see it on the agenda.
it's the last item under old business, Mike.
Under my last item under old business is discussion approval of town hall evacuation plan.
Yes.
We have the wrong agenda?
We might have,
Oh, I see it on
Yeah.
yours. That's not the one you sent us. Okay, go with the one that's on the board. Sorry. I see it now. Go ahead, Dennis.
Okay. All right, just an update on the transfer station because we're halfway through the fiscal year and I just wanted to let you guys know where we stand. As of a report that Tracy and I ran like the end of last month, we are $2,134.01 in the black, which is really good because we've never been anywhere close to that in the time that we reopened it. So I'm very happy about that. And I think what makes that even better is I think our customer experience is better due to the improvements we've made. We're processing transactions faster. Our traffic pattern is better, which we talked about. We also consolidate our recycling area into one place by moving our electronics containers. So that's working out really good. We're almost in OSHA compliance. They want us to install a second guardrail below the first one. I think by the time they're done, we'll be throwing this stuff over an 8-foot wall. But they wanted that done by the 20th. As of this point, we do have the guardrails. What I do is I go up to the state facility in Plymouth and I beg and they actually give them to me. So those are down there now and Glenn's guys have to install them and we will be in compliance with OSHA for 100% there. Our bargain barn is really busy and I'd have to say that we have a really good set of employees now. They're wonderful people. They're taking care of things down there. We have a lot of consistency now where we didn't have that before. One problem that I am trying, as Tracy knows, because she's heard this, I've been trying for 6 months, working with Optimum to get our bill down. Our bill with Optimum is like $23 a month, and we use it 5 hours on Friday and then 4 hours during the summer months. And I have talked to every person they have. First, they sent me to an old company they had called Lighthouse. And I've been everywhere. And finally, I got a guy who says, yeah, I can take care of this. I'll have it done by Monday. And that was 2 months ago. And he since has stopped emailing me. So I'm going to suggest we stop paying the bill and see who calls us. And then maybe we'll get that person. Because think about it. We could save $2,000 a year. We're paying, I don't know how this can't get resolved with the people that I've talked to. So that's something I'm fighting. And hopefully that will get worked out sometime this year. Renovations, recall we started a renovation project last summer and we got quite a bit done. Out of the 5,000 we allocated, we have used $3,374.28. And that has gotten us all the weed remediation. The stone it covers it, looks really nice down there. We made a whole bunch of, we moved the trailer over for our recycling. And so the place looks better. The remaining money is earmarked to go to the Quonset hut where we're going to store our refrigerators and things inside there and kind of neaten the whole place up. And we're looking forward to that. So the rest of the funds are going to be used for that. Basically, the big change I want to make, which as you know, the way we're set up here is that I only make recommendations and you guys approve them. And speaking with a whole bunch of folks around town, we're going into our summer hours next month. And we are the first and third Wednesday of every month. And as you know, we're open 8 to 12. And speaking with a few people, I'm thinking I'd like to move that from 10 to 2. This would give people later morning who can get there later morning. And if they have a job or something where they get out at noon, they could still get there and we wouldn't be closed. It's just maybe just a window to open up so people can find it a little more convenient to go down there. That kind of change requires a vote on you guys' part, and I don't know what your thoughts are on it, or if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
No,
I mean, we can try it.
I'll make a motion to adopt the new hours as presented for the summer hours for the transfer station.
Second.
All right,
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
negative.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye,
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, folks. That's
thank you.
all I have
Thank
for you.
you.
Short,
Thanks.
short and sweet. Thanks. Have a great night. I'm gonna go
Thank
home.
you.
Thank you.
Well, maybe not. My wife thinks I'm here till 10:30. Thanks, folks.
I would accept a motion to amend the agenda and add discussion approval of the purchasing of the UV system for the WPCA project
And sludge.
and sludge.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion
Yeah, aye.
carries unanimously. Sorry, Bert, I did not send them the backup that you sent me.
That's okay. I brought a copy. So basically all we're doing is looking to waive the 3 bids to purchase the equipment. For the UV system, we went out to 3 vendors to bid. 2 of them bid the project. 1 of them refused to bid the project because they don't have anything that fits our needs. But the other 2 are the only 2 that make the vertical racks that will fit in the current channel, which will reduce our construction costs. And then when it comes to the sludge thickeners, because we have vertical thickeners now, the size of our room is not big enough to go with anything other than a vertical thickener. And there are only two vendors that manufacture those. One is the current piece of equipment we have that we absolutely hate and it costs a fortune to run. And the other is BDP. So we're looking to waive the bid to be able just to go with BDP. If we
So-
change from the vertical thickener to a different style, it's gonna drastically increase our construction and engineering costs to do the work to make it fit in the room.
So we're gonna waive policy to go to two vendors for the vertical racks, and we're gonna waive policy to go to one vendor because they're the only ones that make it for the sledge.
Correct.
So we'll do, you want two separate motions, Rich?
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion to waive town policy on three vendors due to the unavailability of a third vendor for the UV racks at the waste treatment plant.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I
Motion
did have a
carries
question though.
unanimously.
So you have two
Sure.
bids. So have
We
you
do.
already decided, you guys haven't decided which one to go with yet? The other one?
Well, we have one bid is a Veolia system and it's 245,000. And the other bid is a
Yeah.
Glasgow and it's 200,000.
Yeah, my
But
question is, has the WPCA picked one of those two yet or no?
we're leaning towards the Glasgow.
Right,
but
so we'll wait until you guys make a recommendation. I just was gonna see if we could roll it all into one vote tonight, but if you guys haven't approved.
I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be the Glasgow system.
Yeah, we'll wait, and we don't want to get ahead of you guys.
That's fine.
The second motion, I'd make a motion to go with the only vendor that fits the scope of the work for the sledge vertical
Vertical thickeners.
thickeners,
Second.
That's a BDP product.
which is a BDP product.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bert, thank you for taking care of the SWIP.
No problem.
Why don't you hang for one more second, because I'm going to go to new business, which is discuss, approve the SWIP for Public Works in the transfer station. So this SWIP is a stormwater pollution prevention plan, which we have due for the Public Works in the transfer station. We also submit one for the WPCA, which Bert has already done. These came to light to me, and I realized we were a little bit late in getting these done. So I went out to bid to have somebody do this work. The bid came back at $18,700. And Bert just took care of it this week for us for both of those. And all we needed to do was to pay the submission fee charged by DEP, which cost us a total of $627. Thank you, Bert.
We don't need the 18,000 you were talking about.
We do not.
Excellent.
So,
Because you only got one bid anyways, right?
I did. Yeah. The next item on the agenda is the emergency action plan for the Nystrom's Dam. So,
Wait a minute. So we can dismiss Bert now then, right? You just wanted him to stay
Yes.
here for that, right?
I wanted to thank him again. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. I don't want to make him sit here any longer than he has to.
He's got a meeting at 7:00. So
Yeah, my other meeting is coming up too. Something to do with four-leaf clovers.
I'm working as fast as I can, Mike. So the next item is the emergency action plan for the dam. So I found, we received an email. I went to Ed. I dug it out of his inbox from DEEP. We are required to submit an EAP, an updated EAP every 2 years, specifically for the Nystrom's Dam. This hasn't been submitted since I think 2016. So I put it out to bid to 3 different vendors, Ty and Bond, Weston and Sampson, and Cardinal Engineering. I got 2 quotes back, which I will put on the screen here. Ty and Bond came back. Now, look, Ty and Bond did all the engineering on the on the dam and so first of all, let me go back. The last time we submitted this, it was the old Nystrom's Dam. We have since rebuilt that dam. That engineering work was completed by Ty and Bond. So Ty and Bond came back with a proposal that was $4,100. And then Weston and Sampson came back with a proposal that was, you have to add these two numbers together, 4,600 plus the 15, because both of these pieces of work need to be done. So they came in at 6,100 versus 4,100 for Ty and Bond. So my recommendation is we should go with Ty and Bond, have them update the EAP for the Nystrom's Dam, and file all the paperwork with the EEP.
So we'll also need a motion to waive the 3-bid policy because we only got 2 bids.
I have the documentation for the third bidder who declined to bid.
Right, so we still only got 2 bids, right?
Yes. Okay.
I think we should just, I'll make a motion to waive the 3-bid policy and approve Ty and Bond as the lowest of the 2 bidders for the EAP for Nystrom's Pond Dam.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I do. I just want a little comment here. This really bothers me that this whole dam, that the Litchfield town line goes through that end of the pond and this dam's not even in Thomaston. I know that ship sailed a while ago, but is there any chance to try to get any money from Litchfield, considering we paid to rebuild the whole thing and it is in Litchfield's property and they do technically have joint use of that park because that property line goes through Nystrom. So it's almost like they're reaping some of the reward but not carrying any of the risk or the cost. Is it possible to try to get them to pony up something towards this? It doesn't change the motion. I mean, I still say we approve it, but I don't know that we should completely let them off the hook, honestly. The emergency action plan, if the dam breaks, it all ends up it's Litchfield's problem anyways, because the water's all gonna be in Litchfield.
Yeah, my understanding is we own that dam, and in accordance, and I did go back and forth with DEP. That dam is in the state records as our property. I could absolutely call Litchfield. I can talk to Denise and see if she's willing to help support some of this going forward.
Why don't we move forward and eminent domain that property up to Moosehorn Road, so it's actually in the town of Thomaston. You can keep the residences the way they are, but we should look into changing the property line so we own something that's actually in the town of Thomaston.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll make a note.
no further questions or comments from me.
Okay, I have a motion and a second post discussion to waive the 3-bid policy for this. Just as an aside, Tracy, is there a dollar limit to waive the 3-bid policy?
No.
Okay.
There's a dollar limit to have to get 3 bids. There's a minimum, right? Actually,
Over 5,000, we ask for at least verbal quotes.
so
Over 10,000, we have to have.
so this is 4,100, you said?
Yes.
Oh, yes, you didn't.
So we didn't need 3 bids for, so that's my bad. So I would rescind my motion and I will restate it if it's all right.
Okay.
Beth rescinds her second.
Yep.
Okay. I make a
So-
motion to
Well, hold on.
approve Ty and Bond. What's
We have a
that?
motion and a second to rescind the prior
Yeah.
motion. All those in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the correction. I make a motion to approve Ty and Bond for the EAP for Nystrom's Pond Dam.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve Ty and Bond for the work to produce the emergency action plan for the Nystrom's Dam. Any further discussion?
Burr,
Okay.
negative.
Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is the Code of Ethics policy. So give me a second. I will put that up. So just to be clear, I have been looking through policies and came across this particular policy, which needed some updating in terms of a couple of things. One was social media policy. One was to include, financial types of things, but also to include information about town vehicles. That was sort of left out here. I also updated gambling information because now we have apps and things. So you can kind of see I sort of brought this policy up, made it a little more current, let's say. So I know we've talked about policies before. I've been plucking them out here and there, trying to read through them. When I read through them and they look dated or need some updating, I go ahead and take care of that. So that's the request. The highlighted items that you see are the changes here. So I would
I
Any
make a motion
questions?
to approve the Code of Ethics policy. The only thing you have to change in there is in the acknowledgement, you have to change the date from January 3rd, 2023.
Yeah, I just didn't touch anything there.
Today's date in there?
Yeah. Yep, I will change. So I have a motion and a second to approve the Code of Ethics policy. Sorry, Beth,
Second.
second, sorry. As amended, and the amendment will be to update the last board approval date. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, the next item is the white collar agreement. This was something that I thought would be appropriate to discuss with the white collar folks. And there's another piece to this, which I will talk about in a second. But, we had two very bad storms this year, and I made the decision to close the town hall. Those closures came, I think they both came on a Monday. But as we've recently changed the town hall hours to be Monday through Friday, I thought it would be appropriate to use the Friday to make up the hours when we were closed, so that we could continue to provide at least 4 days of service to the folks in town. That was the main driver behind doing this and starting to have this discussion. The white collar folks agreed to this. So that's what this amendment is about. You will see that it actually has been signed by the union already. So it's waiting for my signature, should this board decide to approve this. I still have a few people here and there who aren't really thrilled with the fact that the town hall is not open on Fridays. So I felt this was a way to at least make sure that we delivered 4 days of service if we had to close due to inclement weather.
Whose signature is that?
She's their union representative.
That's Mary Beth?
Mary Ann,
Mary Ann, sorry.
She's their representative.
their white collar union's union representative.
Who is she? Does she work?
Ask me, what's your union name?
Is she just an AFSCME union person, or she's the rep, but is she a town hall employee?
No, Jen is the president of the union.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
That's,
Oh, she's the ASCII
Oh,
person.
you don't have to sign it?
There wasn't a spot for me to sign it.
Okay.
I sent it to her.
Jen, would it be appropriate for you to sign that? I'm sorry.
I would think so, yes.
Yeah, I would think I would think the signature line should say Jen O'Neill, Town of Thomaston, White Collar Union President. I mean, to have a union rep outside of the town of Thomaston sign an agreement. I don't know how your union works. Maybe it's a requirement, but it doesn't make sense to me not to have a local signature on it.
I agree.
Usually another line for.
Yeah, add another line if you want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Could I at least have if you approve, if you agree, can I at least have
Yeah,
a motion as
I'll
amended?
make a motion to approve the town of Thomaston Town Hall memorandum of agreement on sorry.
The white collar agreement.
Yeah, your subject line didn't come all the way through. White collar agreement. As amended with another signature line with the president of the white collar union.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. So I would accept a motion to amend the agenda to add a discussion approval of a snow day policy for what is basically the remaining employees in town hall.
So moved.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. So while that document that we just approved was for the white collar, I would like to implement a policy for everyone else, which is, all of the non-union personnel, including elected officials. So the building our services need to continue as normal on that makeup day. So this policy, I apologize, didn't make the agenda. It was my oversight, but we had drafted this for your review and consideration. So we would like it, across the board.
Okay, so we voted to add it to new business, and now you would like a motion to implement the same snow day policy for elected officials and non-union members.
That's correct.
So move.
Second.
As amended, I will fill in the dates.
Okay,
Any further discussion?
No.
negative.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Thank you for that. So there are a couple more items on here. So they are listed as Grove Heights and Terrace Road. So I had some residents come in and talk to me. They live on Grove Heights. So the document that you see here is from our GIS mapping. But you can see right where the red square is, there's Grove Heights, which is right next to Grove Manor. That is not a town accepted road at the moment. So, however, we do plow it. And there is actually, there's a sewer system. These homes that are up here are connected to our WPCA system. It is a road that we've maintained for some years. We even have infrastructure on it. So this road and Terrace Road, which falls into the same category, Terrace Road is between Williams and Tracy. This road we also plow. And also has connections to our WPCA. My question is to this board, or my recommendation is to this board. I think we should consider accepting these as town roads, and they would move to a town meeting for final approval. But I would like to get your thoughts on moving forward with that.
Any history on this? How these fell through the cracks?
They were just never approved when development started to happen. As far as I know, and I have worked with Kathy on this one, and she said she's got no record of either of these two roads being accepted by the town. But Mike, I think my general thought here was, you know, if we've got WPCA infrastructure on these roads, it's one thing to say that we've been maintaining them for all these years, but we actually have infrastructure on these roads, you know. In my opinion, that sort of raises them to the level of consideration to be accepted as a road.
Well, I mean, we're already on the hook to plow it, right? You know,
Yes.
when we did this whole web area, did we put down new asphalt on this road, on Terrace Road? Does anybody know that?
I don't know that. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. But you said it's got infrastructure there, right? It must have a sewer and
Yes.
we plow it.
Yes. We plow it.
I
And it's
would think from a liability perspective, we want to put it as a road or either that or we have to stop plowing it,
Right.
right?
We have residences on both these roads?
This
Yes.
one shows, this one
Yes.
shows a 0.2 acre lot I'm looking at Terrace Road and there's
Yep.
residences on.
And I'll
the
click
other one.
back. So there's three residents on Grove Heights as well. All connected to the WPCA.
Yeah, it makes sense. Let's see. I make a motion to accept Terrace Road and Grove Heights as town roads, subject to approval at a town meeting.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Where are we now? All right, one more quick thing. This, just want to let everybody know that we've received a hazard notice from DEEP for some groundwater samples that go back 20 some odd years at the highway garage. Just wanted to update everyone so you're aware. The DEEP has significantly lowered their thresholds for what creates a hazard notice. So there are multiple cities and towns who receive these. I have spoken with NVCOG, and I'm working with them right now to see what the best approach is for a response to this notice. But, you know, they said basically because the March 1st, they lowered, DEP lowered all the thresholds. There was an immediate trigger of these hazard notices that went out. So I just wanted to make this board aware that I continue to work on this issue. And I will have an update going forward on where we are with this. Any questions?
Or negative.
Nope.
Okay, thank you. The next item is boards, commission appointments and resignations. I would like to accept a motion to modify the agenda to add the appointment of Gail Viltraskis. Sorry if I said that wrong. To the
You know,
It's not.
It's Gail Viltrakus. I'm sorry, Mike, that was my fault. That came in today too, but Gail Viltrakus is the Housing Authority member or the representative for the Housing Authority in Green Manor. And she terms out the end of this month. And we got Kathy's approval. She is unaffiliated and there's an even balance on that board of everybody. She's already on it and she terms out what she does want it.
okay, you know, you had two agendas, one and the one the first one we got, Rich had reappoint Gail Vitrakis to Housing Authority on it. And when you did the second one and updated the new business and old business, you dropped Gail Vitrakis off of that. So you're operating off of. So I'll make a motion to add the reappointment of Gail Vitrakis to the Housing Authority and Karen Blasewitz to the
To the
Historical Society,
Seth
Historical
Thomas,
Commission.
Historical Commission.
Society Commission. So there's two, to add both, might as well add both of them with one motion. That's okay.
Works for me.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion opposed, motion carries unanimously. Next item is tax refunds.
Okay. Before we approve the refunds, I need to make a motion to, rescind a duplicate, refund that we made a motion last month, so I need to rescind that motion to, refund ARI Fleet LTD in the amount of $427.17.
I second that motion to rescind that tax refund.
Any
Make
discussion?
Motion to approve, all in favor?
Do I need to, sorry,
Yeah, no,
do we need to
already
close
signed
that
this, So
one?
yeah, let's vote on that one separately. Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
okay. Let's
So
see.
motion carries unanimously.
Yep. Sorry, Rich. Make a motion to approve the tax refund submitted by the tax collector in the amount of $319.05 to David Redente. In the amount of $2,397.73 to Porsche Leasing Limited. In the amount of $628.43 to Plymouth Glass and Mirror. And in the amount of $596.29 to Plymouth Glass and Mirror.
Much was the Porsche leasing?
2029 number.
Second. Second all that.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I was an aye also, sorry.
Okay.
Can't talk and write at the same time.
All right, motion carries. Next item is communications. I just want to give you a quick update. I've been going back and forth with CT Water. They are trying everything they can to try and get the state to allow them to finish the tie-ins, and they're very, very close now to the new water main and get cut over to it. You know, they are certainly concerned with the the condition of the old main and the fact that we had a couple breaks on it in the past couple months. So they're working and putting pressure on the state DOT to allow them to go forward and at least get cut over to the new main, so we won't have any further issues, hopefully. So that was my only update. Any questions on that?
No.
Burr negative.
Okay. Member comment?
Burr negative.
No comment. Beth Campbell.
No more meetings on St. Patrick's Day.
Second.
Member comment. Anybody in the room would like to make a
Negative.
member comment? Okay. Anybody online? If you'd like to
I'm
comment,
sorry,
please.
but our agenda says public comment for those attendees present in the meeting room.
Oh, God.
That's on the agenda posted that way, and having none in the room, I would
Yes.
make a motion to adjourn.
I'm sorry. Anybody online, I apologize. That was a mistake on the agenda, which we will correct next time. There's a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Keep it that way.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Approved.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Watch out for
Thanks,
green
Rich.
deer.
Why is it a mistake? Can't we put it like that on there?